All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, SHIPIT Nation YouTube station? We're back with the December 29th NHL Quick Hit edition brought to you by SHIPITNation.com. If you're new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. We got 9 games on slate tonight. I'm going to jump right in, talk some of my favorite stacks, some value plays at each position, favorite goalies, as always. All my final content, notes, core plays, slate plan will be live for SHIPIT Nation subscribers. If you are not a member yet, head over to SHIPITNation.com. Click on Join Now. You got 4 packages to choose from. Get in the best Discord community, best community in the industry for the cheapest all-in rate in the industry. Let's jump right in. Let's talk about the first favorite stack of the night here. It's going to be the chalk of the slate here. Looking, obviously, the heaviest favorite on the board here is Dallas at home against Chicago. For a good reason. Dallas in a great spot here. The price points are very fair. Really like this top line. Pavelski, Rupee Hintz, Jason Robertson here. They all got fair price points. They've all been good here and now get one of the best matchups in the entire NHL here. Chicago, very, very weak on the road this season. Allow the third most high danger chances, allow the most goals on average per game, and have the second worst penalty kill on the road this season. So Dallas, great plays here. Pavelski, Rupee Hintz, Robertson would be my preferred line. If you want to get a little bit different, jumping down to the Seguin, Marchment, and Duchesne second line there is fine. And even you can take a shot at some of these third line guys as well if you want to get a little contrarian with Jamie Benn, Dadonov, and Wyatt Johnston. But my preference definitely going to be Dallas top line here. I think ownership spreads out enough. There's 9 games on tap, 18 teams to choose from, so ownership should get spread out here. Really like Dallas here in this spot. Second favorite stack, probably ownership's going to follow as well here, is Toronto on the road here. 7 over under total in this one. Columbus at home, second worst, basically the worst home defense in the entire NHL. 11-25 to start the year. Toronto here is in a great spot. Austin Matthews, Marner, and Matthew Knees as a nice value play on that top line is fine. But the second line is kind of where I'm looking to go. William Nylander, Bertuzzi, John Tavares. Really like that second line for Toronto here. 7 over under. Like Toronto a ton. Toronto, my second favorite stack of the day here. Jumping into some other teams. I have 4 other teams that I have interest in here. First team, New Jersey. Here, I really think this is a bounce back spot for Nico Hischier here and Andre Palat. That's a very cheap 2-man stack there in this spot against Ottawa. They are on the road in Ottawa here, but Ottawa can get beat up a little bit on home ice here. Really want to target this power play matchup for the Devils, as Ottawa has just a 74% penalty kill on home ice here. They give up over 3 chances per game as well. So looking at this top power play, Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, Tyler Toffoli, Nico Hischier, and Luke Hughes. My 2 favorite would be Nico Hischier for sure. Really like him. And then grab one of Toffoli or Jesper Bratt and Luke Hughes. Makes a nice little 3-man power play stack there for New Jersey. Jumping into another team, Arizona, here on the road in Anaheim. Like this spot for Arizona here. Anaheim, not very, I'm not a believer. Arizona's coming off a big win against Colorado 2 nights ago on the 27th here. Like going right back to the well with these guys. Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz, Alex Kerfoot is my preferred line. Clayton Keller, 5.8K, very nice price point there. Top line, top power play. Nick Schmaltz, 4.8K. That's a nice price point. Sean Durzies, who's been amazing since he's returned back from being out, missing a couple of games there, 5.7K. He pairs very nicely with those guys as well. You can look at the second line as well with Nick Bjugstad, Lawson Krause, Matthias McElhy here. That second line has been great. I like the second line a little bit more on the road. So top 2 lines firmly in play for me. Alex Kerfoot, sub 4K. Great play on this slate as well. Another team here, Colorado at St. Louis here. Colorado's probably going to pick up a lot of ownership here for a good reason. St. Louis can be scored on here. Colorado, one of the best teams in the entire NHL. St. Louis, one of the worst home teams in the entire NHL here, especially their penalty kill, sub 75% penalty kill. Now facing one of the best power plays in the league. Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, Cale Makar, Valeri Niskanen, Jonathan Drouin. Obviously, he's that top power play. All 5 of those guys firmly in play for me. They're expensive to stack up, so I'm a little bit underweight on them compared to teams like Toronto, teams like Jersey, teams like Dallas. But you should be able to get Colorado probably a little bit lower owned here due to the price point. So I definitely like Colorado here. And then the last team I'm going to bring up here is Nashville. Have some interest in Nashville here on the road against Detroit. They haven't been great. They lost 2 straight. Carolina and Dallas scored 2 goals in both of those games. Lost 3 of their last 4 here, but I like this bounce back spot here for Detroit. I think Nashville can score some goals here on the Red Wings, and it should be a lower owned spot. Vegas has this game basically as a pick'em. Philip Forsberg, great play. Roman Josi, his price point is fair at 7.4K. Ryan O'Reilly and Gustav Nyquist. Gustav Nyquist, 4.3K, has a good price point. Ryan O'Reilly, 5.7K. Really like this top line, Forsberg, Nyquist, and O'Reilly if I'm going to Nashville. So overall, definitely like them here in this spot. Jump into some value plays at each position. First value play from the center position, I'm going to bring it up. Alex Kerfoot, already talked about him when I talked about Arizona. Top line, top power play, 3.7K in a matchup where I do like Arizona. I think Alex Kerfoot is a nice value play on this slate. Going back to Toronto here, who I have a lot of interest in. Max Domi here against Columbus, getting power play time, 2.9K for him. That's a nice value play for Max Domi. And then the last guy is going to be Trevor Zegras, 3.8K for him. That's too cheap. I do like the Arizona side, but again, you can score on Arizona. Trevor Zegras has way too much talent to be sub 4K here. He's returned back from the IR. He's a great player, young kid. Tons of talent. I really like Trevor Zegras at 3.8K, especially as a one-off here if you're looking for a low-owned one-off. Jumping into some value wings. First value wing here, Anthony Mantha. This guy's on fire right now. Second line, top power play, averaging over 3.5 shots per game. Going to play probably 13 to 15 minutes here. He's a good play in the spot. Pretty decent matchup against the Islanders here on the road. Anthony Mantha, solid one-off there. Solid one-off value. Going back to Arizona, Arizona has a lot of value here. First guy, Jason Zucker, 3.3K. He's averaging over 3 shots on goal per game. Going to play 14 to 15 minutes here in a matchup against Anaheim, who ranks 30th in the NHL against wings. So I do like Jason Zucker here. Going to Colorado, who, like I said, Colorado's expensive, but some of these pieces like this second line and Jonathan Drouin, Ross Colton, Miles Wood. Second line super cheap here on the road where I like second liners a little bit. So definitely have some interest in Miles Wood here at 3.3K as a value play. And then the last value wing I will bring up here is this guy's just too cheap for his talent. Johnny Gaudreau here. It is a tough matchup against Toronto, but it is a 7 total. Vegas expect goals in this one. He's getting top line, top power play, playing over 18 minutes, 4K flat for Johnny Gaudreau, and his talent is too cheap. He's crushed. He's scored a goal, 1 goal in 2 games, played over 21 minutes both times against Toronto this season. So I like going right back to the well with Johnny Gaudreau here. Jumping into some value demon on the slate. First value demon, I'm going to bring up Timothy Liljegren here. He's way too cheap. Gets the second best matchup in NHL here. Demon against Columbus here. Second line, second power play, playing over 20 minutes, sub 4K. I like Timothy Liljegren here. Another value demon, Connor Murphy, plays all the minutes here. He's going to get over 20 minutes, right around 20 minutes. He's going to block shots. He's got a good floor here. Solid price point, 3.6K. Definitely like Connor Murphy. Another value demon here at stone minimum is a guy for Columbus here. Jake Bean is his name. He's going to play. He played 20 minutes last game. He's stone minimum, scored 22 DraftKings points. Don't like chasing someone coming off a ceiling game here, but he's averaging over 2 shots on goal per game over the last 5. He's very live to get you that 3-shot block bonus on DraftKings scoring, and he's stone minimum. Allows you to do a lot for your roster. So I like Jake Bean a lot here. And then the last value demon I'll bring up is Alexander Romanov here for the New York Islanders. This guy plays a ton of minutes, 22 to 25 minutes likely here. Going to block shots, going to shoot the puck. He's averaging nearly 10 DraftKings points per game over the last 5. I really like Alexander Romanov here from the D position. Let's jump into a couple of goalies before I get on out of here. First goalie I'm going to bring up is Ilya Sorokin here for the Islanders on home ice against Washington here. It's only a 5.5 total here. Islanders are favored. Sorokin, highest projected goalie on the slate. 8.1K, fair price point for him. He did just get annihilated last game where he gave up 6 goals to Pittsburgh. Like him to bounce back here on home ice. So Isla Sorokin, definitely I have some interest in him. If you want to get a little bit different in the same kind of range, going to a guy like Connor Ingram, who I like, Arizona. Obviously, Connor Ingram, 8.2K, still a very fair price point here. He is on the road, but I think he's fine. He's been a solid goalie all year. So I do like Connor Ingram here. And then two cheaper goalies that I do like. First guy, Saros here at in Detroit. Talked about like in Nashville a little bit here. Saros, great goalie, 7.6K is very fair price point for him. So I do like Saros. And then the last goalie I will bring up for you guys here is Sergei Bobrovsky here on home ice against the Islanders. Hard matchup overall, but it's too cheap. I mean, 7.2K, he's going to see this volume. Even in a loss, he can get there and allow you to do a lot more for your roster. Florida could steal this game as well here for the from the Rangers. Bobrovsky coming off two great wins against Tampa and Vegas. Like for him to keep it rolling here in this matchup at home against the Rangers. That's going to do it for this edition of the NHL Quick Hit. As always, all my final content is going to be live for SHIPIT Nation subscribers. If you are not a member, head over to shipitnation.com, click on Join Now, select your package, and get into the premium content behind the paywall. But if not, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton here. Good luck tonight in your contest. Hope to see those SHIPIT Nation logos at the top. For myself, Nadesify, let's ship it.